I'm MLive.com film critic John Serba. I just got done watching the new Fantastic Four movie, and guess what? It stinks. But you know what? It's not the worst comic book superhero movie I've ever had to endure, so I've come up with a list of the 8 worst ever. Some criteria, first of all. 1, I'm going to avoid the existential question as to whether Howard the Duck is a superhero or not. Therefore, he didn't make the list. Number 2, this is strictly cowl and cape stuff, so no comic book movies like 300 or Ghost World. And 3, no TV movies. This is just big screen stuff. So you're not going to get that Fantastic Four movie that was never released, or those terrible, terrible Spider-Man, Captain America movies that we saw on TV in the 70s. So here we go. Number 8, the new Fantastic Four. Yes. Director Josh Trank leeches all the fun out of this upbeat, colorful Marvel supergroup. It's not dramatically compelling. It's not upbeat and funny. At least the previous Fantastic Four movies tried to do that. Number 7, Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Christopher Reeve will always be the best Superman ever. I'm convinced of that. But by the time this thing debuted in 1987, everything about the franchise was out of gas. This is a huge turkey. Number 6, X-Men Origins Wolverine. This is a completely joyless slog through Wolverine's backstory. It automatically makes this list because it features a classic overhead crane shot of the hero in agony, howling "No!" at the sky. One of the dumbest movie cliches ever. Number 5, Thor, The Dark World. Thor is great in the Avengers movies, but the character is yet to be in a decent headlining picture. This is the second Thor flick, and it's such a snooze. It's obviously the low point in a consistently strong Avengers series. Number 4, Green Lantern. This is the chintziest CG effects you're likely to see in a modern superhero movie, or a modern anything movie. And Ryan Reynolds is glib and annoying in the title role. Fanboys hated it, and it crashed and burned at the box office. So much for that franchise. Number 3, Electra. This is even worse than the Ben Affleck Daredevil, which spun off this one, in which Jennifer Garner does mystical ninja crapola and tries real hard not to be embarrassed. Number 2, Man of Steel. This might upset some people, but this attempt to turn Superman into the Dark Cape sucked. The scene with Kevin Costner in the tornado was supposed to be his dramatic peak, but it was so terrible, I laughed at it. And of course, the ending. Endless, nonsensical destruction, rendered incomprehensible, kind of like a Transformers movie. I hated this movie. Hated it. Number 1, Batman and Robin. Joel Schumacher almost single-handedly nuked the Batman franchise with this awful, awful thing. I love George Clooney. Don't get me wrong, but he'll always be the worst Batman ever. The first sequence is like a superhero roller disco on ice. It only gets worse from there. This is a monumental waste of time, talent, and resources. Thanks for watching.